7 foods older adults should avoid for a healthy, active life. Hello and welcome to Healthy Living. After 60, your trusted source for advice on maintaining a healthy and vibrant lifestyle in your golden years. Aging doesn't have to mean giving up on living well. It means adjusting your habits and being mindful of your body's needs. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the 7 types of foods that older adults should avoid, no matter how tempting they may seem, to ensure a long, healthy, and happy life. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more valuable health tips and insights. Everyone has their favorite foods, especially as we grow older. However, what we could eat freely in our younger years can become problematic as we age. As our bodies go through changes, it's important to understand that some foods that once felt harmless can now have significant impacts on our overall well-being. Let's explore these 7 foods that older adults, even with the strongest cravings, should avoid to stay healthy and active as they age. 1. Processed foods. The silent danger in your pantry. Processed foods are a convenient option in modern life. They are quick to prepare and often very tasty. However, these foods come with hidden dangers, particularly for older adults. Items such as packaged snacks, chips, frozen dinners, and processed meats are loaded with preservatives, sodium salt, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. While these foods may seem convenient, they are packed with ingredients that can have a harmful effect on your body, especially as you age. The high sodium content in processed foods is one of the primary concerns. Sodium is essential for the body in small amounts, but in excess, it can lead to high blood pressure, fluid retention, and an increased risk of heart disease and stroke. For older adults, who may already have a slower metabolism or existing cardiovascular issues, consuming high amounts of sodium can worsen these conditions. In fact, studies have shown that older adults who consume more sodium are more likely to experience heart disease, kidney problems, and other chronic health issues. Additionally, the unhealthy fats in processed foods such as trans fats and saturated fats can raise levels of bad cholesterol (LDL) in your bloodstream. This, in turn, increases your risk for atherosclerosis, a condition in which the arteries become clogged, limiting blood flow and potentially leading to heart attacks or strokes. The key takeaway here is that even though processed foods are convenient, they are not beneficial to your health, particularly as you age. Instead, focus on fresh, whole foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods are more nutrient-dense, offering the vitamins and minerals your body needs to stay healthy and active well into your golden years. 2. Sugary foods and candies, sweet but harmful. Everyone enjoys indulging in a sweet treat from time to time, but consuming too much sugar can have devastating effects on your health, particularly as you age. Sugary foods, including cakes, candies, sugary snacks, and soda, are loaded with simple carbohydrates that provide little nutritional value but contribute to weight gain, blood sugar imbalances, and insulin resistance. For older adults, this can lead to chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes, obesity, and even tooth decay. The problem with excess sugar goes beyond just calories. Sugar increases inflammation in the body, which is linked to numerous age-related diseases, including arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Research has shown that older adults who consume high amounts of sugar have a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Older adults with compromised immune systems are especially vulnerable to the negative effects of sugar. Excessive sugar intake can weaken the immune system, making it harder for the body to fight off infections. This is particularly dangerous for seniors who may already have a reduced ability to recover from illness or injury. To manage your health, it's crucial to limit your intake of sugary foods. Instead, try satisfying your sweet cravings with natural alternatives, such as fresh fruit or homemade smoothies with no added sugar. These options provide vital nutrients and fiber while satisfying your desire for something sweet without harming your health. 3. Saturated fats, the heart's worst enemy. Fat is an essential nutrient, but not all fats are created equal. Saturated fats, found in fatty cuts of meat, dairy products like cheese and butter, and fried foods, can significantly impact your cardiovascular health, especially as you age. When you consume foods high in saturated fats, they raise the levels of bad cholesterol LDL in your blood, which can lead to plaque buildup in your arteries. This buildup narrows and hardens the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis, and restricts blood flow. Over time, this can lead to heart disease, stroke, and other serious health conditions. As you age, your body's ability to process saturated fats diminishes, making it even more important to avoid foods high in these fats. The risks associated with saturated fats are particularly concerning for older adults. Atherosclerosis can lead to high blood pressure, increased risk of stroke, heart attacks, and heart failure. In fact, older adults are more vulnerable to these conditions because their blood vessels become stiffer and less flexible with age. To protect your heart, opt for healthier fats found in foods like avocados, olive oil, nuts, and fatty fish such as salmon. These healthy fats help improve cholesterol levels, protect against heart disease, and provide other essential nutrients your body needs to function properly. 4. High-sodium foods, the hidden threat to your blood pressure. Salt is a flavor enhancer, and many people use it liberally in their cooking. However, for older adults, high-sodium foods are a major concern. Excessive sodium intake is closely linked to high blood pressure, a common issue among seniors. High blood pressure hypertension is one of the leading causes of cardiovascular disease, kidney failure, and stroke. Processed foods, fast food, canned soups, salty snacks, and even certain kinds of bread often contain hidden sodium that can add up quickly. While sodium is necessary for the body in small amounts, excessive consumption can lead to fluid retention and increased pressure on the blood vessels. This puts unnecessary strain on the heart and kidneys, leading to complications that can be difficult to reverse. The good news is that you can lower your sodium intake by opting for fresh foods and preparing meals at home. Season your meals with herbs, spices, garlic, and lemon instead of reaching for the salt shaker. Reducing your intake of sodium will help keep your blood pressure under control and protect your heart and kidneys from strain. 5. Alcohol, the silent risk for older adults. While enjoying a glass of wine or a beer might be a social tradition, for older adults, excessive alcohol consumption can be detrimental to health. As we age, our bodies metabolize alcohol less efficiently, meaning that alcohol stays in the system longer and affects the organs more profoundly. The liver and kidneys, which are responsible for filtering out toxins, may not function as well as they did in youth, making it harder for older adults to process alcohol properly. Excessive alcohol consumption can also increase the risk of falls, accidents, and injuries. Older adults are more likely to suffer from decreased coordination and balance, and alcohol can exacerbate this problem. In fact, falls are one of the leading causes of injury and death in older adults, and alcohol use significantly increases this risk. Furthermore, alcohol weakens the immune system, making it more difficult for older adults to recover from illness or injury. For those with chronic conditions, such as liver disease, diabetes, or heart problems, alcohol can interfere with medications and exacerbate underlying health issues. For these reasons, it's important to drink alcohol in moderation or avoid it altogether. As you age, if you do choose to drink, be mindful of the risks and always consult with your doctor about what amount is safe for your specific health needs. 6. Caffeine-rich foods, the double-edged sword. Caffeine is a popular stimulant that helps many people feel more alert, especially in the morning. However, as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to caffeine. and consuming too much can lead to a range of health issues. Excessive caffeine can disrupt sleep patterns, causing insomnia or difficulty staying asleep, and can also raise blood pressure, which is a concern for older adults with existing cardiovascular risks. Caffeine is found in many foods and drinks, including coffee, tea, soda, and even chocolate. While 1 or 2 cups of coffee may be harmless for some seniors, drinking excessive amounts can cause anxiety, jitteriness, and digestive discomfort. For older adults with hypertension, consuming too much caffeine can exacerbate symptoms and contribute to higher blood pressure. It's important to monitor your caffeine intake, especially as you age. Instead of relying on caffeine to stay alert, consider healthier alternatives like herbal teas or decaffeinated coffee, which provide a soothing boost without the negative side effects. 7. Fried foods, crunchy but risky for your health. Fried foods are a staple in many cultures and are beloved for their crispy texture and rich flavors. However, these foods come with serious health risks, especially for older adults. When foods are fried in oil, they absorb unhealthy fats and oils, which can raise levels of bad cholesterol and contribute to heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular issues. The oils used in frying also produce harmful compounds that can contribute to inflammation, which is linked to chronic conditions such as arthritis, heart disease, and even cancer. For older adults, who may already have joint problems or a higher risk of cardiovascular issues, consuming too many fried foods can exacerbate these conditions and lead to poor overall health. Instead of indulging in fried snacks, try baked, grilled, or steamed versions of your favorite foods. These cooking methods retain the flavors of food without the added fats and harmful compounds associated with frying. Aging is a beautiful process, but it also comes with unique health challenges. While it can be tempting to indulge in comfort foods, it's important to recognize that some foods, though delicious, can have significant consequences on your health as you grow older. By making mindful dietary choices, you can reduce your risk of developing chronic diseases, improve your overall well-being, and continue to enjoy a fulfilling and active life. Remember, a balanced diet rich in fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats is key to staying strong and vibrant as you age. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your loved ones. Together, let's embrace healthy living in our golden years and make the most of every moment.